Hello, welcome to today's class, and here, as the first slide shows, we'll deal with multiplication and division of complex numbers. Initially, we'll deal with multiplication and then we'll discuss in detail the division of complex numbers. Now, let us see what is multiplication of complex number. As we have seen, we considered the complex numbers Z1 and Z2, and here also let us consider two complex numbers. First, as Z1 equal to X1 plus IY1, and second, Z2 equal to X2 plus IY2. And what will be their product or multiplication? It is Z1 into Z2 equal to X1 plus IY1 in first bracket multiplied by X2 plus IY2 in the second bracket. After solving this, that means X1 into X2 plus IY2 plus IY1 into X2 plus IY2. So in this way, it is X1 X2 plus I into X1 Y2 plus I into Y1 X2 plus I square into Y1 Y2. So the middle two terms, that is second term and third term, from these two terms we can take I common, and by putting I square equal to minus 1, so we have X1 plus X2, X1 X2 plus I in bracket X1 Y2 plus Y1 X2 minus Y1 Y2, where I square is substituted as minus 1. Now, by taking real terms and imaginary terms, by separating or sorting out real terms and imaginary terms, we can write X1 X2 minus Y1 Y2 plus I in bracket X1 Y2 plus Y1 X2. So X1 X2 minus Y1 Y2 is real part, and X1 Y2 plus Y1 X2 is imaginary part. In terms of ordered pair, we can write X1 X2 minus Y1 Y2 comma X1 Y2 plus Y1 X2 as product of the numbers Z1 and Z2. So this is about multiplication. Remember very well that if we are considering ordered pair complex numbers in terms of ordered pairs, then X1 Y1 into X2 Y2 is equal to X1 X2 minus Y1 Y2 comma X1 Y2 plus Y1 X2. So this is about product of complex numbers. Now we will deal with properties of multiplication of complex numbers. The first one is that commutative law of multiplication holds. Now, what is commutative law of multiplication? That changing the order in the multiplication doesn't make any effect. That means Z1 Z2 is equal to Z2 Z1. For simplicity, we considered here Z1 and Z2 as the ordered pairs. So Z1 equal to X1 Y1 and Z2 equal to X2 Y2. So Z1 into Z2 equal to in first bracket X1 comma Y1 into in second bracket X2 comma Y2. And as we have studied the product, it is equal to X1 X2 minus Y1 Y2, the real part, comma X1 Y2 plus Y1 X2, the imaginary part. As we know that X1 X2 and X1 X2 y1 and y2, all these are real numbers. They obey the commutative law. So x1, x2 can be written as x2, x1. y1, y2 can be written as y2, y1. So in this way, we have the term as x2, x1 minus y2, y1, x2, y1 plus y2, x1. So simply we have changed the order of numbers, exchanged the real numbers since they are commutative, and this is just x2, y2 into x1, y1, which is equal to z2 into z1. So z1, z2 equal to z2 into z1, that is proved. So this is called as commutative law of multiplication. Now let us look at the next law, that is associative law of multiplication. So we can associate, change of association doesn't impact the multiplication. For this we consider three complex numbers z1, z2 and z3. So first of all we associate z2 and z3. So product of z2, z3. So z1 into product of z2, z3. It is equal to, now change the association. Let us consider z1, z2. So product of z1, z2 into z3. So z1 into product of z2, z3 is one and same or equal to product of z1, z2 into z3, which is equal to z1 into z2 into z3. Now let us prove this. So consider the left hand side, z1 in bracket z2 into z3, and let us pull the values of z1 as x1 plus iy1, z2 as x2 plus iy2, and z3 as x3 plus iy3. After putting these values, let us solve the product z2 into z3, that is x2 plus iy2 into x3 plus iy3, and we know it is simply x2 x3 minus y2 y3 plus I in bracket x2 y3 minus y2 x3. Now simply rearrange the terms. Let us collect the term where x1 is common, and we will find that in bracket x2 x3 minus y2 y3. Then minus y1 is common, so in bracket x2 y3 minus y2 x3. And then terms with I, they are again collected together. From the first two terms we can take x1 common, so in bracket x2 y3 minus y2 x3, and the next two plus y1 is common, so in bracket x2 x3 minus y2 y3. After this we can have the term with x3 common, and these are x1 x2 plus y1 y2 into x3. Then terms with y3 common. So we are doing this because we have to prove that z1 into z2 is associated and z3 is separated. So that is what we are taking x3 and y3 out of bracket. Now same we are doing with the terms, imaginary terms also. Here also from first we taken x3 common, and from second y3 common. So in this way, okay, we have a square bracket as x1 x2 minus y1 y2 plus I in bracket x1 y2 minus y1 x2, and what is remained is x3 plus I y3. This is simply in square bracket x1 plus I y1 into x2 plus I y2, and out of square bracket it is x3 plus I y3. So in square bracket it is z1 into z2 in bracket, and out of bracket it is z3. So we proved that z1 in bracket z2 into z3, it is equal to z1 into z2 into z3. So we can change the association, and there will be no any change in the product, and that is constant and equal to z1 into z2 into z3. That is associative law of multiplication holds in case of product of complex numbers. Okay. Now let us see the distributive law or law of distribution of product over summation. For this, again we consider three complex numbers Z1, Z2 and Z3. The summation is there Z1 plus Z2 and it is multiplied with Z3. So Z1 into Z3 plus Z2 into Z3, and this we have to prove. Now let us put the values of Z1, Z2 and Z3 as the first step. That Z1 equal to x1 plus y1 plus Z2, that is x2 plus iy2, here big bracket close, and it is multiplied with Z3, that is x3 plus iy3. Now what is summation? Summation of real part plus I into summation of imaginary part. So x1 plus x2 plus I in the bracket y1 plus y2. This will be z1 plus z2, and out of bracket it is z3, that is x3 plus iy3. Now let us do the product, that is x1 plus x2 multiplied by x3 minus y1 plus y2 multiplied by y3. So here again we have substituted I square as equal to minus 1, and remaining two terms we have I as common, and the terms x1 plus x2 into y3 plus y1 plus y2 into x3. Okay, so here again we have sorted out the terms because we have to prove Z1, Z3. Here Z1, Z3 and Z2, Z3, those are separated. So we sort out in this way that x1, x3 minus y1, y3 plus I in bracket x1, y3 plus y1, x3, and in next term these are x2, x3 minus y2, y3 plus I in bracket x2, y3 plus y2, x3. And this is simply nothing but the first square term is x1 plus iy1 into x3 plus iy3, and second square term, square bracketed term, is x2 plus iy2 plus x3 into iy3. So in this way z1 z3 plus z2 z3. So in this way distributive law of multiplication holds for product of complex numbers. Next property is that in multiplication of complex number there exists an identity, and this identity is known as 1, simply number 1, so that some complex number z into 1 is equal to z. So identity is the number which when multiplied with complex number doesn't make any effect, complex number remains as it is, that is z into 1 equal to z. Now what is 1? 1 is simply, in case of ordered terms, order pair, we can write this 1 as a complex number, 1 comma 0. So real part is 1, imaginary part is 0, and it is known as multiplicative identity. It is known as unity for a complex number system. Now let us prove. So z into 1 equal to, let us put value of z, that is x plus iy, and 1, that is real part 1 plus imaginary part 0, so 1 plus 0i. And in case of ordered pair we can write x comma y, 1 comma 0. So we know that it is x1 x2 plus y minus y1 y2. So in this way x1 into 1 minus y into 0, and x1 y2 plus y1 x2, in this way x into 0 plus y into 1. So this is simply equal to x comma y. Okay, and that is equal to z. So z into 1 equal to z. Thus there exists a multiplicative identity for product of complex number, and that is equal to 1 comma 0 or simply 1. Now here we will see the next important property, that for a complex number z there exists its multiplicative inverse, z inverse, such that z into z inverse is equal to 1, that is multiplicative identity. Let us prove this. For that purpose we consider a complex number z equal to ordered pair x comma y. Then what is its inverse, multiplicative inverse? Z inverse, that is equal to x comma y inverse. And what we have to show, that z into z inverse, that means x comma y into x comma y inverse, this is equal to 1 comma 0, the multiplicative identity. Okay. Now for convenience, let us put x comma y inverse as equal to x prime comma y prime, so that we have x comma y into x prime comma y prime, and this is equal to 1 comma 0. And let us write its product, that is x into x prime minus y into y prime, comma x into y prime plus y into x prime, so this is equal to 1 comma 0. Now since it is an equality sign, we can equate real part from left side as equal to real part from right side, and similarly imaginary part from left side as equal to imaginary part from right side. And we have two equations, that is x prime minus y prime equal to 1, and xy prime plus yx prime equal to 0. And these are the simultaneous equations we have to solve. So as it is shown in this, what you say, side screen. So simply we multiplied this by first equation by x and second by y, so that we have x square x prime plus x y prime, and this is equal to x, and multiplied this by y, we have y square x prime. So this term we have written first, and then it is x y prime, and this is equal to 0. Now simply we have to add these two terms, so that this term gets cancelled, and we have x square x prime plus y square x prime, and this is equal to x. So we can take x prime common, so in bracket x square plus y square, so this is equal to x. And what is x prime? It is x upon x square plus y square. Now go to the second equation, and from this equation we have y prime as equal to this minus yx prime divided by x. Okay, so simply in this way. And by putting the value of x prime here, we have, okay, so minus y into x here, and this is divided by x into, okay, this x is here, and this is x square plus y square. So x gets cancelled, and we have y prime equal to minus y upon x square plus y square. So in this way we obtain x prime and y prime. And what is x prime comma y prime? That is equal to x upon x square plus y square, comma minus y upon x square plus y square, which is multiplicative inverse of x comma y. Okay. So in this way, if z equal to xy is a complex number, its multiplicative inverse is x upon x square plus y square, comma minus y upon x square plus y square. Remember to put the minus sign with y, that is minus y upon x square plus y square. After knowing the multiplicative inverse of a complex number, we can understood the division of two complex numbers. Again, let us consider two complex numbers, z1 and z2. And let us have a division, that is z1 divided by z2. So divided by z2 means we can write z1 into z2 inverse, where z2 is multiplicative inverse of, z2 inverse is multiplicative inverse of z2. In terms of ordered pair, we can write z1 as x1 comma y1, and what is z2 inverse? x2 comma y2 inverse. So x1 y1 as it is, and what is x2 comma y2 inverse? As we have seen, it is x2 upon x2 square plus y2 square, comma minus y2 upon x2 square plus y2 square. And let us solve this product. So we have x1 in bracket x2 upon x2 square plus y2 square minus y1 in bracket minus y2 upon x2 square plus y2 square. So this is real part, and imaginary part x1 in bracket minus y2 upon x2 square plus y2 square plus y1 in bracket x2 upon x2 square plus y2 square. And in this way we have z1 upon z2 as equal to the real part as x1 x2 plus y1 y2 upon x2 square plus y2 square, and imaginary part as x2 y1 minus x1 y2 upon x2 square plus y2 square. Now let us see the conjugate of a complex number. This is the important property of a complex number. So, conjugate of a complex number is simply obtained by changing sign of I in a complex number. That means, if we have a complex number z equal to x plus iy, then its conjugate is simply x minus iy. That means plus sign plus I is changed to minus I. Okay. What does it mean? It means we have a complex number x minus iy, its conjugate will be again x plus iy. That is what second sentence says, that conjugate of a complex number z is z bar. Okay, it is denoted as z bar, and here again z bar is complex conjugate of z. If z, that is, if z is conjugate, z bar is conjugate of z. If z bar is conjugate of z, then z is conjugate of z bar. Okay, so simply because simply we are changing the sign of I. This property is there. Another property is that, property of conjugate is that conjugate of sum of two complex numbers, that means z1 plus z2 bar is equal to sum of their conjugate, that is z1 bar plus z2 bar. Okay, let us prove this. What is sum of two complex numbers? z1 and z2, that is z1 plus z2 equal to sum of real parts plus I into sum of imaginary parts, that is x1 plus x2 plus I in bracket y1 plus y2. What is its conjugate? Simply we have to change sign of I here. So z1 plus z2 bar, it is equal to x1 plus x2 minus I in bracket y1 plus y2. And this is simply we can write as x1 minus iy1 plus x2 minus iy2. So this is simply z2 bar, sorry, z1 bar and z2 bar. So z1 bar plus z2 bar. So z1 plus z2 whole bar is equal to z1 bar plus z2 bar. That is, conjugate of sum of two complex numbers is equal to summation of their conjugates. And similarly, same thing we can prove for subtraction, multiplication and division also. Okay. Now next, product of a complex number and its conjugate. What is product of a complex number and its conjugate? And we find that it is simply square of a modulus of either of them, either square of z square of modulus of z or square of modulus of z bar. Now we have complex number z equal to x plus iy, then z bar equal to x minus iy, and what is modulus of z or modulus of z bar? That is simply square root of x square plus I square. Now what is z into z bar? That is x plus iy into x minus iy, and that is equal to x square plus y square. Okay, so x square plus y square. Okay, because it is ixy and minus ixy, it gets cancelled out. So it is x square plus y square, which is equal to modulus of z square or modulus of z bar square. Okay, so product of a complex number and its conjugate is equal to square of modulus of either of them, that means z into z bar is equal to mod z square or mod z bar square. Similarly, what is addition of a complex number and its conjugate? Okay, that is z plus z bar, it is x plus iy plus x minus iy. So iy minus iy cancelled out, it is simply x plus x, that is equal to 2x. And what is x? Real part. So z plus z bar is equal to 2 into the real part of z. And similarly, what is z minus z bar? It is equal to x plus iy minus x, and again here minus minus plus iy. So it is x cancel out, and it is x minus x cancel out, and it is 2iy. So 2 into imaginary part. So summation of a complex number and its conjugate equal to 2 into real part of the number, and difference of complex number and its conjugate equal to 2 into imaginary part of the number. With this, we conclude today's session. Thank you for your patience. Thank you very much.